Hi, I'm Asnith, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a healthier version of chicken nuggets. Now, I dare to say that they're raw, only because I think if I mention raw, people automatically think meat, but these are definitely vegan chicken nuggets. So, to make these raw chicken nuggets, or I'm going to say vegan chicken nuggets because that definitely sounds a little better, I use corn. This is about 3 cups of corn. Also, this corn was previously frozen. It's kind of up to you if you want to buy the ears of corn. Make sure it's organic. Corn is so modified. Like, it's sold everywhere, but it's modified. And I really do look out not to purchase corn that has been modified in any way. I try and get it as close to natural as possible. If that means I have to do organic, I do organic. So again, that's 3 cups of corn. This is about 1 cup of sunflower seeds. Now, I did soak these sunflower seeds overnight, but 2 hours would have been enough. It's just I just didn't feel like making more chicken nuggets last night. I made a batch that I had already eaten, and I didn't feel like making more. So this is what's left over, about a little bit more than a cup. I also add, this is 3 tablespoons of chia seeds. This is half an onion. And this is like less than half of a red bell pepper. Now you can use up to a whole bell pepper and up to a whole onion, but I find that these ingredients mix the best when I kind of portion them this way. I also am going to be adding miso paste, nutritional yeast. I'm going to be using like half a cup of these dried tomatoes, apple cider vinegar, salt, cumin, and garlic. Really, I should have like raw garlic, but I'm out of it. But I didn't panic. I'm just going to use powdered garlic. It's just going to have to do for today. But if you could do the raw garlic, it makes the chicken nuggets taste even better. So the first thing I do is take the corn. Well, actually, I take these sunflower seeds because they do take a little extra to mix. So I go ahead and I just dump these into the blender. And this is probably the longest part. And because I'm on video, I'm not gonna let them blend as long as I usually would. But I then add all my other ingredients such as the onion, chia seeds, and red bell pepper. So I pour that in with it as well. And I should mention, for the chia seeds, I soaked them probably for about 10 minutes in water before I even put it on this plate. So once I get that all in there, I'm going to go ahead and blend it. So I want to tell you that I would let it blend a little longer. Sometimes. Sometimes I'm so hungry I don't even care. But kind of once you add the corn, it's going to make it more creamier. So I usually next, I just go ahead and pour all the corn into the mix. And like I said, you can go anywhere from 2.5 cups of corn to 3. Because I've already added the corn, I then add my miso paste. And you want to take a tablespoon of this and add it in there as well. And I'm going to take a teaspoon of cumin. And I add that in there. And for the chili powder, I add 2 teaspoons of it. And sometimes you can kind of season this to taste, which is sometimes the best thing to do to make sure it blends well. Also, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of salt, maybe a little less. Because I'm also going to put salt in my flax seeds at the end, so not a full teaspoon, just about. And I forgot to also mention that I'm going to use a little flaxseed. And so usually I add about maybe 2 teaspoons of it. I want it in there, but I don't want the flax seeds to overpower the taste of these nuggets. I do a few dashes of paprika, and this is optional. You don't have to necessarily add it for it to taste really good. And I'm going to do about 4 to 6 dashes of this garlic. 2, 3, 4. Stop in the middle and do 5. And also, with the apple cider vinegar, I'm going to need 1 tablespoon of that as well. And that goes in there. Once I get all that in, my chicken nuggets are pretty much done. I'm just going to let it blend. Blending, I usually stop and I add the 1/2 cup of nutritional yeast to my ingredients. This is really the secret ingredient that makes everything blend well. At that time, I also take my spatula and just push down what I have so far. And I'm going to blend that again. Now when I'm blending, feel free to mute this video. I know the blender could be really annoying. I have to stop again, guys, because I realized that I forgot 1/2 my cup of sun-dried tomatoes. And that is a very important part of the ingredient as well. Of the ingredients as well. So, I'm going to that really didn't take long at all. Probably was about 2 minutes. I'm going to let it blend for... I love the way these nuggets taste. I'm going to let it blend for maybe about 1 more minute. 30 seconds to 1 more minute. That is good enough for me. Okay, if you notice, I did leave some flaxseed free. I wanted, the flaxseed is kind of like my base coat for the outside of the chicken nuggets. Remember earlier I didn't want to take as much salt? Because I usually add a teaspoon to my flaxseed. Now this is 1/2 cup of flaxseed. I pour that in there. The salt in, and then I take a little chili powder and I just maybe do about 4 sprinkles of it, maybe 5 to 6 actually, and a little paprika. And I just mix that in. These are like my breadcrumbs for the chicken nuggets. So let's see. Okay, that's good enough for me. If you want, you can add a little bit more salt, but for me, that's fine. I then take out, oh, I had to take this part out. I take out about this much and scoop it onto a plate. I have a plate in front of me. I don't know if you can see it well. And I'm not taking out huge balls because they're chicken nuggets. So I'm making it about the size of what a chicken nugget would be. So once I have it on a plate, I take my breadcrumbs and I sprinkle. I coat it really well. So once I have that side done, I flip it over. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Coat it very well. This is actually fun to do. It does make your fingers a little messy, but you know what? So what? You gotta live a little sometimes. So once I do that, I'm going to move all this out of your way so you can see the dehydrator I'm using. Also, I was going to say it's also optional if you wanted it a little sweeter. I find that organic corn is so sweet you don't need to add a sweetener. But if you feel like you did want an extra sweetener, you can put like a tablespoon of maple syrup. But I find the corn is sweet enough. So I'm going to take my tray. I already have paper in it. And sorry guys, I wiped my finger on it a little bit because see, I still have it on my fingers. It's always a little messy. And I'm going to scoop my chicken nugget, onto my dehydrator tray. Trying to scoop it onto my dehydrator tray. And continue to sprinkle. I'm going to sprinkle a few more breadcrumbs on there. And you can see that mix makes anywhere from maybe 15 and above if you're doing it this size. And see how it looks? Okay, it's a little messy, but still going to taste really good. Alright, let me just neaten up a little. Wipe my hands off a little. Okay, so I want to show you, I let this usually sit maybe about 12 hours, maybe somewhere between 10 and 12 hours. And this is how it's going to look when it dries. See how it's breaded? And it looks more like a chicken nugget. I love that. And I usually eat it with a side of salad. Also, I also make a spicy mustard you could dip it in, which I'm not going to go into that recipe right now. But the other thing I like to add on there is maybe just a little hot sauce for the extra. And I just prefer to eat it right with my salad. It's really good, really quick. Once you make this recipe, you're going to love it so much that you probably continue just to make it. And I love that it's a healthier version of chicken nuggets that are so popular. These will become just as popular with you, except it is less calories and a lot healthier than having deep fried chicken nuggets. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. I hope you try it. And when you do, comment and let me know how it comes out. Until I see you again, have a great day, night. Thank you.